What up, Block fam? Welcome to today's episode. In front of us, we've got a 2024 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide ST. This is a killer motorcycle. This is actually the bike that I rode from Vegas to here. We've got like 3,800 miles on it by now. Harley-Davidson is unfortunately asking for this thing back, and I've delayed as long as I could. They've like, how much more longer do you need it? I'm like, forever. I tried to buy it from them for a giveaway to give back to you guys, because for those of you that don't know, we do give away motorcycles. Here's some footage of our current giveaway bike, the Rev, which was on stage with Reverend Horton Heat. Head over to blockheadmoto.com, sign up, select a tier, and you guys are in. So one of the things that I wanted to do before we send this bike back to Harley-Davidson was show you guys the power numbers from the 121 high output. So what Harley-Davidson did on this CVO model, there is no VVT. It is a larger bore than some of the other ones with the 121, and they said that they basically took the VVT out, even though it does still have the little VVT cover, because they tuned it to essentially be peak performance. This bike actually has multiple ride modes, same as the other 24 Road Glides and Street Glides. However, it being a CVO Road Glide ST, it does have an extra special ride mode. So what we wanted to do is throw this on the dyno and show you guys the power numbers. Essentially what we'll do is we'll start it out in road mode, which is this mode here. And then if we hit the mode button over here, changes to sport mode, lights up for sport. Then we got track mode. So that is the special mode on this one. And then we got rain mode. While you're riding it, it is a noticeable difference. It also does a couple other things in addition to the throttle response, such as the braking, fewer electronic nannies, if you will. But we wanted to basically throw it on the dyno and show you guys how that power is being delivered in the multiple ride modes. How it delivers it to you, like the power should stay the same, but how it delivers to you should be different. And that's what we're looking for. The under the curve, I guess.
Deliver the same power overall.
Right.
It's just the controlled delivery of the power.
Yeah.
Is really what ultimately should change.
So in our quest in horsepower science, we're basically trying to, see how Harley has tuned it, essentially. This is from the factory, totally stock bike. One thing it's not stock on it is the foot pegs, because I wanted some place to put my feet on that 3,000 miles that I rode, besides, the regular footboards. So I'm gonna hand it over to the dyno master, Chris. Sick wide glide. Go Chris. Go Chris. Coming up on 28-year master level Harley-Davidson technician. I'm gonna hand it over to him. He is the incredibly knowledgeable, and the dude is an absolute magician in the dyno room. We call him Horsepower Bay. I don't think he likes it, but we still call him that because the man has a special touch for Hirschpers.
Hey guys, before we get further in the video, I want to talk about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. I remember being young and only imagining that I want to be an adult, I want to live life, and I want to have the freedom. But what they don't tell you when you're younger is all about life stresses and pressures of adulthood. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. And the beauty of BetterHelp is that you can do it anywhere. Via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel the most comfortable, it's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. You'll be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. Visit betterhelp.com/blockhead or click the link in the bio down below. Not only does it support our channel, it gets you 10% off on your first month of BetterHelp. Don't be shy, don't have an ego, be open-minded and give it a shot. They really can help you guys with anything that you're going through. Not only have they helped me, they've helped many others like us. Now let's get back to the video.
This one, I don't have to do
No, you
I just get to pull it.
You literally just get to do runs.
Just runs,
and
it's, for me, it's not very exciting. But it'll be interesting to see how it's delivered. And I may, because I have a feeling the dyno graph should show the same power overall. We may have to do like a 0 to 60 run to kind of show the power delivery. I don't know how else we're gonna actually show this.
Justin, thoughts?
I'm excited to see where the power delivery is on this bike with the ride modes. I mean, I think having ride modes on a Harley is pretty sick, so we'll see how it looks.
What do you think we're gonna get? Also, I heard rumor, and well, I can kind of spoil. We already know that the top speed's a little bit higher, but do you know where the top speed's gonna land? Do you have a guess? How about you? Or you? Either one of you. Stop looking at each other.
I feel like it's always like 120.
You're gonna say 120?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 120.
It used to be 112.
I've hit governor on this bike, and
So you already know.
Yeah,
so
I know.
You can't say.
I know, but you guys drop down in the comments below what you think the governor is, aka the speed limiter. What do they cut it at factory?
I say do that, and we're gonna do the same thing because Daniel Tonneson never got at us.
So then what do they comment now to get entered to win
Well,
this?
they need to answer the... Well, no, that gets a little wild. What is he... Oh, the phone.
Working shop, the phone's going off.
I can't ever hear that goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Ever. It's like in a tone I can't. Anyways,
You're deaf to that frequency.
I am, which is probably a good thing. Since he's on the phone, I have a great idea. Let's do random fact of the day.
We'll do random fact of the day for a different one.
But here's the problem: horsepower, torque. If two people guess the same thing,
It's
then
the first person who guesses it.
what if no one guesses it?
Then nobody gets it.
Then nobody gets it.
Nobody wins.
That's a whole lot. We got like 800 comments last time. So you ready to go through 800 potential guesses to find the right one? How do we narrow this down easier?
What if they go to the end of the video and they see what the horsepower and torque is, and then they post it, and they're cheaters?
Right.
No giveaway this video. Sorry, guys. It's a normal video now. But go to blockheadmoto.com and buy some shit.
Wow.
Damn.
That got a bit aggressive.
Aggressive guy.
Thank you.
A little bit.
All right, I got to go do. So I got to actually work on a thumbnail right now to release a video to you guys in like 4 minutes ago.
I
So
kind of like the random fact because it could be comical. And
Chris. Chris
look,
now.
here we
Talk
go.
to Chris, I'm busy.
Everybody's gone.
busy.
Look at this.
Bye, Chris.
There he goes. They're leaving me all alone. So now it's just you and me.
All right, Chris just finished.
I learned something here because this was just a theory of mine, but I thought they would limit the power by throttle position. So I figured the power would pretty much be the same. Obviously, you wouldn't hit it at the peak rate, is the same rate because your power delivery is different. But they actually cap the power, which I find interesting. So let's spin around and take a look at this while I talk about it. So here's what I kind of want to talk about. This is what I noticed. The first run, the red line, that's in rain mode. So again, I thought we were going to control the power by throttle position versus twist grip sensor. That's what I thought. But it appears that they may have robbed it that way, but they also robbed. They just literally robbed a lot of power. We only hit 105 torque, and we hit about 75 horsepower in raid mode. As we went to street mode or road mode, which is blue, you'll notice we got a 118 foot-pounds. Much stronger, broader torque band, and they gave us a little bit more horsepower. We would have hit 92, or we did touch 92, even though we never actually surpassed our horsepower. Sport mode and track mode, now if you notice, the power is pretty much the same. The power is delivered pretty much the same. I think the difference ultimately would potentially be timing, maybe how that power is delivered into your butt. Even though this looks the same, it may not be the same delivery on the road. I haven't actually put this out on the road to find that out. So that's something that I would need to go out and do to learn. I could be completely talking out of my ass here. The sport and the track mode are gonna feel very, very similar. Different throttle positions are gonna deliver it probably a little bit differently than the other. Also, braking may go into that as well, and how the ABS is applied versus when it's applied. There's a couple other factors that could fall into what makes track mode different than sport mode. Truth be told, I'm only telling you my experience with what I know to be true. Harley-Davidson will have the actual information as to what makes these two ride modes different. So with that being said, I think you guys could audibly hear the difference. I know on rain mode, Justin is here shaking his head if you want to spin that around.
Yeah. It was like weak as hell.
yeah, you could kind of tell it, whoa, and you can see it in the power too. And then the next mode, it definitely sounded like it got there a little faster. And then the third mode, we definitely sounded like, okay, now we're starting to build some power. Track mode and sport mode hit the same power. They sounded the same. But I have a feeling if you're out on the road, you're going to notice a subtle difference between the two. And I should probably retract my statement because you shouldn't have track mode out on the road.
Man, this is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I agreed earlier when they were like, the power shouldn't change. I totally thought that too. For some reason, I thought rain mode, the power delivery would be like later. And then as you went to road mode and sport mode, that it would like shift it sooner. That's what I thought in my head.
But if you look at the graph, they actually take it away. Up to about 2,000, we're pretty close to the same. Yeah, there's a big lull right there. Maybe
But
I
it's
could
all top end, right?
Yeah, it's right about here at about 2750. If you notice, that's where everything
Like
changes
shoots
dramatically
up.
for
Yeah.
all maps. Granted, the blue line has more right down here in the bottom. It has the most, but we're talking by just maybe 5, 8, 10 tops
Right.
at the best point.
But then it limits your power and you're kind of
Absolutely,
just
that's it. You just linear right there. Boom, that's your peak power. So at 3,000, you're at peak
Yeah.
for that, and it just kind of
Falls
flatlines.
down.
Everything else kind of continues to build
Oh.
power, and it looks good. I'd love to run this out further
Right.
and see what we can get out of it just the way it is. I think this thing's going to build tremendous power.
So if you built the motor and let's say you were pushing like 160 torque, 150 horsepower, and you had the different ride modes, it's almost like you could have a built motor, but then also tame it down,
Absolutely.
which is
yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
nice.
With the ride modes enabled, yes, you could definitely.
So that way you can like build your motorcycle and kind of, you know, sometimes people overbuild their bikes and then you're like, damn, I have like so much power now. So it's kind of cool that with the ride modes, it kind of actually helps tame it down. I think, in theory, right?
It does. But I hope that each ride mode is a separate map.
Like a separate tunable.
Correct. So then we
Yes.
could actually tune in different ride modes. That would be awesome, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's going to be available. None of us really know as of just yet. But I hope that that is something we can attain at some point.
I feel like that would make sense because it's like, I don't know how you would tune like the air fuel ratio and then have that equal across the board.
Right. I don't know anything about how they've attained power on this new setup. This is all brand new, guys. So whether they actually have 4 separate map tables, 4 separate timing and or fuel table and or throttle blade table per each setting,
Yeah.
or if you have the exact same map and they've just really retarded and then less retarded. You know, I don't know. I don't know how they got there. So
Interesting.
it would be interesting to know that information right now, but I'll learn soon. I'll reach out to some people.
Right.
As far as what we're looking at, or what I'm looking at though, is this is a 121 out of the factory that's giving us 131 foot-pounds with all meeting the street legal and EPA and all those regulations. So that tells me that we have a ton of potential. There's a ton of meat on the table. We got
lots of numbers.
131 foot-pounds
Yes.
out of the 121.
Yeah.
And to get 112, 113, 112.91, that's 113
insane.
horsepower stock. And we're cut off at 47.50.
Yeah.
So we made it to 120. By the way, guys, 120 it caps out. Is that a true 120? I don't know. We'd have to run it one more time. I didn't actually pay attention to
The thing, I didn't either.
to the dyno.
But I
to the
remember
drum
when I was
speed.
filming, I was like, I wanted to check that, but I forgot.
You know what? We'll pull it real quick. Let's do it.
All right,
right now.
yeah, because if he's saying 120, I guess
I'm not even
120.
gonna put ears on for
I'm
this.
trying to
Let's
get
just.
trying to get me a
We won't
Joe
need
Dirt
yours. It'll
cleaner
be fine,
pack.
but-
This is your second chance. If you didn't drop a vote in the comments of limited speed, drop it right now because we are now going to pay attention and Chris is going to run it.
So we got it, 120. 120 point, a little over.
Nice.
So you can freeze fat. So it was 120, whoever guessed it. I don't know. I don't know that that's what
I
we're
guessed
doing.
it. I get a Joe Dirt party pack or whatever.
Justin, I still think, I really dig that fuel cap, guys. If y'all haven't seen this, that's it. That's all it takes.
Kind of reminds me of my Grom
I love it.
or a sport
But
bike.
there's no keyhole.
True.
So you don't have to put the key in it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I still like fact of the day. Here's a random fact. Alligators don't fly.
They don't?
No.
All right, well, everybody drop a random fact. And then I guess, you know, like I said, we're in the comments. Chris will check it out, pick a random fact that he likes. And if you have the winning random fact, we're going to hit you up and we're going to hook you up with, what, the Joe Dirt cleaning thing?
Yeah, well, Daniel Tonneson won in the last one, and we left a comment to his comment, and we said, hit us up. You won. And he has not.
We've been
hit us
on the
up.
emails on standby. I haven't received anything, so.
I guess so you guys know. In order to know that you won, you have to check your comment. Because we replied to your comment, and YouTube should have sent you an email or something that said
or a notification, and then shoot us an email. Service at Blockhead Moto or Amanda at Blockhead Moto. Just hit us up.
Don't email us the damn random fact.
All right, so we've been talking about this for like 10 minutes, but we're gonna close it out now. So I guess, yeah, closing thoughts here on seeing those results. Did it shock you? Were you surprised?
I told you I was surprised. Yes,
Cool.
I didn't believe that the power would be controlled the way they controlled it. At least not visible on the dynograph the way it is. I thought it would be different. So yes, I was a little surprised. Yes, I learned something. We both have Friday shoes on today.
I got my reds.
It's Memorial Day, guys. So whenever you see this, know that we're recording this Friday at 4:30 before Memorial Day. We just delivered 2 bikes this morning. Thank you, Mr. Schwegler and Mr. Powell, for picking up today and also for dropping off in the first place. And yeah, so needless to say, we want to, at least and I know he wants to get.
I'm already clocked out mentally. I don't even know how I'm holding this camera right now.
So we're already out. So with that being said, have a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and or good night. With that being said, dude.